guys, and welcome to another episode of 30 Seconds to Disagree. There are always two episodes of this, one where I pitch something at Gretchen and she disagrees with me, and one where Gretchen pitches something at me and I disagree with her. So if you are watching the first one, you need to go see the second one, and if you haven't seen the other one, vice versa. You get how it works. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to be breaking the rules a little bit today, and I'm going to be talking about two different books. Gretchen, I think you should read both Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. The first one I think you... No. How am I going to do this? Oh god! I picked both of these because I thought they were books that you could read with your brother. They have male protagonists. They're magical realism. There's very little to no romance. There's a little romance in Everybody Sees the Ants, but more of it is based on the internal struggles of this one kid. Everybody Sees the Ants is about a kid who can travel in his dreams to visit his grandfather in Vietnam who went missing, and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is about a boy who finds out that he has a... his grandfather lived for a short while in a home with a bunch of children who could have magical abilities in some way, and then he eventually goes to that place and meets them all, and it's got time travel-y stuff, so yeah, those are the things that happen in these two. There's 5 seconds left, so here you go. Those are the covers. They're pretty. You see them? There they are.
Alright, so I have thought about reading the Peculiar Children book for a while, but I heard that it was kind of scary, and I don't do scary, first off. And, like, even if it isn't scary, those photographs just really creep me out, and I don't want to read anything that's going to give me nightmares tonight, I'm going to be honest with you. And about the other one, I haven't really heard that much about it, but is it scary? Also, Vietnam, how heavy are we on the Vietnam War stuff? Because I'm not really a huge fan about war books, even though my brother might, so I could be tempted to read it, even so that he might read it, but I don't know. How war-y is it?
Starting with Peculiar Children, it's not actually scary at all, and that was one of the reasons why this book kind of disappointed me just a little bit. I still enjoyed what it was, but I was expecting it to be creepy, and you know I like horror. It's not very horror at all. All of the creepy children in those photographs are really sweet and lovable. When it comes to Everybody Sees the Ants, really, the Vietnam trips have nothing to do with Vietnam except for the fact that his grandfather disappeared there. It's more his grandfather giving him advice on what's going on in his day-to-day life. So it's his grandfather giving him fatherly advice.
So there you have it. There are 2 books that Michaela wants me to read. I don't know. Are you convinced? Tell us about it down in the comments, or if you've read them, either convince me or don't convince me more. Depending on how that works, whatever. Talk to us about them if you're interested, if you've already read them, and don't forget to check out my version of this where I try to convince Michaela to read something I know that she will never want to read.